Kao the Kangaroo is a 3D platformer released for the Sega Dreamcast in early 2001. It stars a boxing kangaroo named Kao, and he must journey through 36 levels and escape the hunters that captured him. The game's presentation is really straightforward, with a simple menu screen showing the 36 levels. After completing one, the next location on the map becomes selectable. Kao's moveset is also straightforward. He can jump, punch, and perform a tail whip. Kao yells out "Hi-ya" when performing the tail whip, so I use the punching almost exclusively. The hit detection is spotty at best with either attack. Some enemies seem to go down even if you are too far away, and others seem to not register being hit at all. You'll be hard-pressed to get through a level with a full health bar, and you will have a lot of frustrating deaths due to no fault of your own. Kao the Kangaroo is very stingy with health power-ups. Many levels don't feature any way to replenish your health. Thankfully, returning to the main menu will often reset your lives to 3. If you get a game over, the continue and load options aren't selectable on the title screen anymore, but simply restart the system and they return. For the most part, the game seems to take inspiration from the Crash Bandicoot series of games. You control Kao the Kangaroo through tight corridor-style levels, bash enemies, avoid hazards, and finish the level by jumping through some transparent rings at the end of the stage. Unfortunately, the level design doesn't even come close to the excellent levels in the Crash series. Most of them are super generic, with similar enemy encounters and lots of platform jumping. Mixed in with the platforming levels are special vehicle stages. This includes hang gliding, speedboating, and snowboarding. I would say these offer a nice diversion to the main action, but they all have one major flaw. You die if you touch anything. You have to run through these perfect, or start all the way back at the beginning of the level. This is actually a great metaphor for the entire game. Kao the Kangaroo is filled with questionable decisions. For example, the enemies respawn. This is a pain because of the nature of the level design. They respawn behind you. Littered throughout the levels are question marks. These will give you health, coins, and other goodies. And then every once in a while, it's a skull and you take damage. Why the hell would the designers do this? Another head scratcher is the chase levels. For no reason whatsoever, the controls are reversed on these sections. I am not pressing down here, I am pressing up. It's unbelievably confusing, and I have no idea why the developers chose to change the controls like this. Lastly, you can collect these checkered flags. The manual tells you these are checkpoints that can be placed anywhere on the level. The manual fails to tell you how to actually use them. You have to hold the left trigger and then press the X button. Still, not everything is terrible. Some of the levels are actually really well thought out, and there is some fun to be had. It seems on the levels where they stopped trying to copy Crash Bandicoot and did their own thing, they succeeded. The controls are also really good, which saves this game from being a total loss. Kao the Kangaroo likes to throw a lot of platform jumping at you. Some levels are almost nothing but jumping from tiny platform to tiny platform, with death awaiting mistimed jumps. Thankfully, the jumping is almost perfect. It's really easy to judge distances, and this was never really a problem. As you've no doubt noticed by now, the graphics are pretty mediocre. This actually looks like a port of a Nintendo 64 game, but it's not. This was only released on the Dreamcast and PC. The levels feature very few polygons, and the textures definitely look like they came from an N64 game. Kao himself actually looks pretty good and is animated well. If the designers spent as much time on the level design as they did animating Kao's ears, perhaps this game could have been much better. Continuing the trend of mediocrity is the music. It's not that it's bad, it's just so uninspired and boring. It fails at being catchy, and it also fails at setting any sort of mood for the stages. Most of the tracks are way too short, causing awkward moments where the music fades out, followed by silence, and then the track repeats again. They could have at least made them loop seamlessly. Kao the Kangaroo received mixed reviews, from overly positive to overly negative. The title was good enough to spawn a sequel, and was really popular in Poland for some reason. I did have some fun playing Kao the Kangaroo, however the problems on this one really add up. From the respawning enemies, poor hit detection, questionable design choices like reversing controls, and derivative gameplay. When you add all that up, Kao the Kangaroo is below average. 2 out of 5.